What would your dad say? Maybe your dad passed. Mine has. It's been almost 16 years. I was 24. And I was at a concert. When was I at the concert? Yesterday? No, 2 days ago with a buddy. And no, it was yesterday. And something from the concert, it was a Hans Zimmer thing. They're playing with all these candlelights and these violinists and stuff. Made me think of my dad. And we had a weird relationship. We were a lot alike and we were very different. So it caused a lot of clash, a weird level of respect for him, for me. And then kind of like a hatred. That's one of the things he had told me. Like, I respect you and I hate you. And I was like, I don't know how to internalize that. Like, okay, I guess thanks. I think that means like I love you and I hate you. Okay, cool. Now I was thinking, man, as I'm sitting here with this video, I was gonna make a video about testosterone coming soon, but it just wasn't the time. It wasn't what was on my heart tonight. I've thought about my dad more in the last couple years than I have, in the previous 13, 14. When he died, we hadn't spoken in months. And he accused me of something that didn't happen, that I took really personally, and we did not agree, to say the least. Wasn't a misunderstanding, it was an accusation. Yeah, we hadn't talked in a few months, and I get a call one day. I'll never forget the call. It's still the weirdest call I've had in my life. Sitting in my office, and I got a call from a lady in Miami who is Dominican. Said, we think we found your father's body in a helicopter in the Dominican Republic. And I remember everything just like freezes. And I immediately avoided it, as weird as that sounds. I immediately I was just in total denial. I've seen my dad, even as a kid, look up to him as a superhero, even though he's a superhero with drug problems, women problems, alcohol problems, a lot of fucking problems. But there was still that part of me, the kid that saw him as a superhero. And to be fair, I've seen him almost die quite a few times or get so messed up with injuries, with broken bones, with drugs didn't kill him, with surgeries that went bad, and spent an entire summer in the hospital. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty unkillable. Like him or not, he's like a cat. And then, next thing I know it, I'm the oldest son. I'm on a plane the next day to the Dominican Republic to investigate the helicopter crash site, because I didn't trust the government, which kind of goes without saying. I don't trust really any government. I don't think there's an exception to that rule. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world, where I'm at in the world. And yeah, man, it was rough. We hadn't spoken in months, and I get this just phone call, and it's your dad's dead. I was really addicted to Adderall, Klonopin back then. It was a fucking miserable year. A couple years later, or whenever it was, a year later, to get off of Adderall. I was already addicted before he died. I went way into fucking sleeping 3 nights a week, taking 120 milligrams of Adderall a day. And my dad's been with me a lot the last couple years. When I had that moment, I just shut out, back in 2010. A couple weeks after, we had such bad terms. There was so much animosity, more that I'll get into on this live. Kind of just get the bird's eye view. And I just pretended I didn't have a dad. And that caused me more pain down the road that I had to deal with. Trying to be tough for whatever, how we numb stuff out, how we block stuff as guys. Alcohol, drugs, or just, now I'll scroll, next girl on Tinder, whatever it is. Whatever, pick your drug of choice. Sugar, food, carbs. There's quite a few. It's not a sign for heroin, even though it could be, just meaning they're all drugs. You're gonna be a sugar, cigarettes, Adderall, whatever. And my father's been on my mind and on my heart a lot. And I have the picture, I don't know if you can see it, if it'll show up in the dark. There it is, I just put that up. That's a picture of me. Let's go a little, why the fuck not? Let's go a little closer. Wasn't intending on this, but let's do it. That is me. Yes, I did have hair once, and for a little while, a couple years, I was blonde. My dad, it strangely looks like Pablo Escobar for some reason. I didn't realize that until I moved to Colombia and people asked me. Kind of a random thing. And my grandpa, this dude, and then my great grandpa. I put that picture up a couple months ago or something. And it's weird, it felt intimidating to put it up a couple months ago. Then I went on vacation, or I was in the States for some stuff. Some different holistic health stuff. And feels totally different now. He's been on my heart more the last couple of years, but since I put that up, it's like he's been even more with me. And like I said, it felt intense having it there. I'm like, should I have put that there? Is it the wrong picture? Or like, is my dad judging me? And really why I wanted to make this video, you got to have a bit personal stuff about me and some of my story. Your dad can serve as a warning or an example. And the reality is it's not that black and white. Chances are your dad served as both. My dad was much more a warning than an example. And I've sold my dad short at times. And when I've sold him short, I've sold parts of me short. Of just making him wrong. It was so much fucking pain. The drugs, I used to not believe in it, or I just pushed it away, but the narcissism, everyone throws that word around nowadays. I finally accepted that about a year ago. The drugs, the alcohol, the cheating, the constant volatility. I did an impression of my dad driving with a friend yesterday. He's like, what in the fuck are you doing? That's how we used to drive home from school. He goes, how could you even, like, what? It's like, yeah, not like driving fast. I mean, driving like you're on cocaine, because he probably was. The gift of having a father who was more of a warning than an example is it gets to lay the foundation of how you can be. There's almost nothing better. Meaning you can have this list of so many things of, this is how I'm not gonna be. This is how I'm not gonna treat my family. Or better said, to go, what's the antithesis of that? What's the opposite of that? You know, how do you wanna show up for, first of all, for yourself? How do you wanna show up for your 5-year-old self now? To be the person you needed back then that, you know, your father couldn't be. And also, what do you want to give and how do you want to show up for your girlfriend, your future girlfriend, your future wife, your family? If you've watched this much of the video, there's something with your dad to look at. And if you watch this much of the video, you're the kind of guy that knows there's more. There's something here to create, something here to build, especially in terms of yourself. First and foremost, yourself as a man. Nothing works without that. And from there, the girlfriend, that becomes the wife. the family. And then we'll see where the ripple goes. You never know, the legacy. And I'll leave you with this question here. Whether your dad is alive or not, what would he have said to you, or what could he say to you? Even if he's not capable to say it. This helped me a lot. I'll maybe shift that question a little as I kind of mulls around. That was not planned. If your dad's dead, I mean, kind of is what it is on some level. You know, you can still talk to him on the other side through prayer, meditation, dreams, maybe plant medicine. If he's alive, you know, you might go, well, my dad is a dickhead a lot of the time. Bro, fair enough. Ask me how I know. All right? And, but the essence of your dad, excuse me, not crying, could be, but not, got a cold. So thank you for giving my romantic throat gesture there. What would his soul say to you or ask you, whether he's dead or alive? If he could tell you something he's always been afraid to say, maybe he's never been able to say, I love you, or I'm proud of you. Maybe he challenged you too much and he was a fucking asshole at times. Maybe he never challenged you at all, and it didn't create drive in you in the same way, or created a ton of drive. But what would the essence of your dad's heart and soul ask or say to you, whether he's dead or alive? Thank you for tuning in. This video was very impromptu, and look forward to seeing you guys soon. More videos coming up about dads in the future. Thank you.